Welcome back to Blazers Inside Access. We're sitting down with Carl Griffiths, head coach of the Blazers men's soccer team. A couple of wins for the men's soccer team this week. They picked up a big 4-1 victory in Columbus when they took on Mississippi University for women. 4-1, nice victory for Belhaven. And then they followed that up Saturday night with a thrilling 3-2 victory over Birmingham Southern. Coach, first off, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Just want to dive right in. Obviously, y'all are off to a really hot start. We'll start it off with the game against Mississippi University for women. Big 4-1 win. What was just kind of your takeaway from that game, going on the road for the first time this season?
Well, that's just it. It was the first road game, so we did put a high priority on that. That's a good team. I mean, historically, over the last few years, it's a new program. They haven't been that strong, but we had scouted them. We'd seen them. We knew they were a good team. They had some very good players, and they played very well against us. So it was one of those 4-1 wins that felt like a 2-1, 1-0 nail biter all the way to the end. They played very well. It was a tough match.
Yeah, and in that game, James Dempsey opened up the scoring. Dalton Morgan would score the second, and then Brendan Kane tacked on a couple of goals. He's really been in form this season. Saturday night, they headed to Birmingham, taking on Birmingham Southern College, second away match of the season. Went down early, 2-0, but came back. A nice penalty to even it up from Dalton Morgan, and then Brendan Kane once again scoring the winner in the 86th minute. I just want to talk about that game, just overall, the mentality it takes to battle back, and then we'll kind of talk about Brendan Kane, who's just been off to a really hot start this season.
Yeah, Birmingham Southern is a very good team this year. We knew it was going to be a battle, and they came out very strong. I would say in the first half, we really were out of sorts, and it was just because of their quality and the possession that they had, the penetration they were able to get, and we were just we were scrambling. It was 1-0 at halftime. Could have easily been down 3-0, but yeah, we just our keeper came up with some massive saves. Max Rudolph was huge for us, kept us in it. We made some significant adjustments at halftime. Completely changed the way we were defending as a team, some of our shape, where we were forcing the ball, just made a ton of adjustments, and the boys picked up what we were asking them to do very quickly. And once we got the first one from Keegan, and an unbelievable strike.
Yeah, I meant to ask about that, the Keegan.
Unbelievable strike from Keegan, where he's won the ball, pushed it forward, and just smashed it to the side netting from about 30 out. That really got us going. And so from there, we were able to kind of fluster them a bit, frustrate them, and as they try to put more players forward to get their attack going, they opened up space for us. And so we did a great job. Couldn't say enough about the character of the team and the boys. Unbelievable comeback.
And I want to jump in real quick, like I said, on Brendan Kane, 3 goals this week. He's really been informed this season, already been named ASC Co-Offensive Player of the Week for 2 weeks ago. What's kind of leading to that? I mean, he really just seems to be off to a hot start, especially in front of net.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to he's getting chances. Our distribution has been good. The team's focus on putting the ball in dangerous areas for him has been really good, and he's tenacious. He's always there. He's always going to battle, and it just comes down to the fact that he's a worker, and when you put in the work and you're battling time and time again, it's gonna go in eventually, and he gets a lot of chances, and he's been putting them away.
So a big 3-2 win over Birmingham Southern. Keegan McEwen with the first goal. Dalton Morgan scored on a PK on the second attempt to equalize, and then Brendan Kane with the winner. Real quick, as a head coach, I just want to ask, obviously you've had a lot of success at home early this season, unbeaten through your first 4 matches at home. Going on the road, how do you kind of make sure you keep that same winning mentality, but obviously also kind of prep for a different environment? You're not in the comfort of waking up in your own bed, going through your own motions at home. How do you keep that winning mentality on the road?
Well, we've talked about expecting adversity on the road, and both those matches, the W and Birmingham Southern, had that. Not just adversity with players, but with fans and some of the decisions by referees at times. When you feel you're on the road, it can be against you, and you have a little bit higher wall to climb. But we talked about that up front. We said that we know that, we can expect that. We need to make sure that we're not surprised by it. We're not giving ourselves excuses, that we just know that it's going to come, and then how do we respond to it? How do we react? And that's what I think it comes back to, the character of the team, the character of the boys. They're fighting, and they're able to, again, not allow excuses to creep in. Just to continue to battle for each other, put the team first, and the results will take care of themselves.
So already 6-0, they're headed into ASC play starting this week, take on McMurray. What does that hot start kind of do for your team in terms of garnering a little bit of momentum as you walk into what's a fairly tough conference in Division III?
It's a very tough conference. The ASC is very tough, and so there's no question it gives us confidence. It gives us the belief that we know we're a good team. I think it definitely causes other teams to look a little bit closer at Belhaven than they maybe have the last couple of years, and to recognize that maybe they can't be quite as confident. But you know what? Every match is going to be a battle. I don't think that just because we've won 6 matches in a row that we're unstoppable. We've got to do what we've been doing, and so we've got to perform, we've got to execute, and if we can stay focused and play our style of game, we're gonna continue to have success.
Once again, joined by head coach Carl Griffiths of the Blazers men's soccer team. The Blazers do kick off American Southwest Conference play this week, Thursday. They take on McMurray to kick off ASC play. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Kenneth. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to Blazers Inside Access. I want to thank all the coaches who took the time to sit down with us today and talk a little bit of sports. Wanted to give a shout out to the C-Spire Athlete of the Week, Lex Rogers of the Belhaven men's soccer team. He picked up the award after his 90th minute winner against Pensacola Christian a couple of weeks ago. Want to thank real quick the Belhaven Film Department and Richard Negron for helping produce this episode of Blazers Inside Access. As we look ahead at the Blazers' schedule, the volleyball team will be in action tomorrow. They're in Columbus, Mississippi to take on Mississippi University for women in a non-conference match. Then they'll head out west to Texas, Marshall, Texas, where they'll participate in the ASC crossover. 4 matches across this weekend for the Blazers volleyball team. Both soccer teams will be in action this week. First, they're taking on McMurray University in Abilene. That's on Thursday, both men and women's soccer. And then Saturday, they'll take on Hardin-Simmons. A couple of ASC matches on the road for both soccer teams. The week will be capped off here with a home game, though, for the Belhaven football team as they host McMurray University. 1 p.m. kickoff. They're looking to pick up a conference win. Once again, this has been Blazers Inside Access. I'm Kenneth Nash. Thanks for joining.